All right, hello and welcome to project number 5 of online graphic design with Youth Tech Inc. So for this project, what we're doing is we are creating a themed wallpaper. And so we're just going to go ahead and jump right into it. So the first thing that we're going to do, obviously, is we are already at Photopeia. So we're going to go ahead and click on New Project now. Now you get to kind of make a choice here, so we can either make a wallpaper for use on a computer or for use on a mobile device. So just kind of choose on your end which you'd like, if you'd like the mobile device or for your computer, and then find the correct size, the correct template that you need for that. I'm probably going to do a computer screen, so that's about that size, and then I'll hit create, and there we go. So regardless of what size you create, I'm just going to start talking about some kind of principles here. So when you're making your wallpaper, definitely think about, well, what theme of wallpaper do I want? This is going to be your wallpaper, so choose what you want to do. There's an example under project number 5. If you look in the module, and it's a superhero themed wallpaper. So that's just kind of one example. Maybe you've got a favorite sports team that you really enjoy, but regardless of whatever your favorite anything is, just think of something that you'd enjoy and you can base this off of. And you certainly can use some pictures from the internet for that. And of course, you already know how to remove backgrounds from things through the magnetic selection tool as well as the eraser tool. So instead of showing you how to add additional images, I'm just going to show you some things about creating patterns. So we've already got our background layer here. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to add a rectangle to my screen here. And this goes into a new layer. And so for this rectangle, I'm going to select a new color, and I'm going to be creating like a background for Youth Tech. So our color is green, so I'm going to find kind of like a green color to use here. And I'll say, no, that's probably a pretty good color to start off with. And so for my next little trick here, what I'm going to do is I'm going to create stripes. And I'm going to copy these stripes all the way across my screen here. So I'm going to make these, let's say, 90 pixels wide, so just like that. And I'm going to make the fill of this a little bit lighter. So there we go, there's a lighter green. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to copy and paste this rectangle a couple different times. So I'm going to go to Edit, Copy, Edit, Paste. Let's try that one more time. Edit, Copy, Edit, Paste. There we go. And I'm going to copy and paste this one more time. And I'm going to use one of these columns I've copied here as a spacer, so that I'm leaving a gap in between. So let's go ahead and try that. There we go. And then we'll paste again. And then move it again. And then paste another one. And we're just going to do this all the way across. so it's a little bit tedious. And so what I'm doing here in essence is I'm just creating a pattern with my background. And so wallpapers are quite a bit about patterns. It's about design. You know, when you have a wallpaper, you're going to be looking at it, you know, quite a bit, especially if you spend a lot of time on your device that you put it on. So you don't want something that's too distracting, that's got too much action to it. You know, you want something that that works like a background, that works like a wallpaper, that just kind of blends in a little bit. All right, so there's, we're about halfway there. So almost done here. So we'll keep going until we finish all the way. So pasting another, and we're nearing the end. It's so close. So we keep going. So this right here, like I said, this is just a trick to help spacing. Sometimes it might snap for you, other times it might not. So this is just an example of what you can do when it does not snap into place for you when you're placing different elements. Alright, there we go. I'm going to delete that middle layer. So there we have a pattern of sorts. So it's striped. It's, you know, pretty kind of basic. It's definitely not too terribly hard to create stripes. You know, let's talk about some other things that we can do to make this even more interesting. So let's add another layer right at our top. So let's drag this all the way to up here. And let's just add, we're just going to add some designs maybe. So let's, we're going to create some lines. And the stroke of these lines are going to be pretty big. So it's making them 8 points. And I'm just going to draw a line, and then I'm going to copy and paste that line again, and I see that pasted the previous one, so let's try copying this and now pasting it. Nope, not quite. Let's try it again. Command A, edit, copy, paste. There we go. And now let me try giving this a rotation here. Alright, so there's our rotation. And so all that I'm doing here is I'm just creating like another kind of design element to kind of spiffen up our background here. And this is just going to be an ordinary cross kind of T shape. And so I'm just kind of trying to line it up in the middle here. I'm kind of eyeballing it a little bit. And we'll go ahead and click on that. And unselect transform controls. Okay, so there's kind of our green cross, and we can group this up if we'd like. Let's go to, let's try making it a group layers. And we're going to zoom back out again here. We'll turn on transform controls. We'll make the overall cross smaller. so that it fits within a single piece here. And then we're just going to copy and paste this a couple of other times into other places here. And this is again, this is all completely optional. Like I said, this is just another way to kind of spiffen up your game here. So let's make another copy now. So we do duplicate layer, whoops, not duplicate info, duplicate layer. There we go. So I could do that multiple more times throughout the columns here, to again increase the presence of the design in this wallpaper. We could also add text if we wanted to, but again, like I said, wallpapers tend to have images, so they tend to have maybe pictures, they tend to have designs, but they don't tend as often to have text because, again, it's what I mentioned about earlier, that you don't want a background or a wallpaper that competes with what you're looking at on your screen. So you kind of, the rule of thumb with wallpapers is the less busy, the less cluttered, the better. So regardless, that's kind of some principles of creating a design, just creating a pattern. It doesn't have to be straight vertical lines. It can be whatever you want, but sometimes creating a good decent background to start off with helps. And then, like I said, if you've got images or a particular theme you're trying to tie into, feel free to shoot for it. So this is just a extraordinary time for you to be creative. And so once you've gotten done with your themed wallpaper, feel free to go ahead and move on to project number 6, which is your movie poster, and we will see you there.